Hello, one and all. My name is Viger, and today we are starting what could probably be a very questionable journey in this game. This is Iron Nest, Heavy Turret Simulator. I mean, the name, what you're going to be doing is right in the name. They called in the big guns, and I showed up, apparently, in my four-legged battleship turret. So I've already given the demo a little bit of a once-over, so I'm not completely going into this blind. But needless to say, this has been on my radar for quite some time, and I finally got around to, well, getting around to it. So, without further ado, it's time to lock and load, I suppose. I have to remember that this is set in an alternate 1920s Spain. The joke being here that, technically speaking, in our world, Hitler and Mussolini haven't shown up yet to try out their toys. It got worse. I showed up with mine. So, Iron Nest has been commissioned. Pre-operational ranging is required before active deployment. The target has been designated by High Command for calibration purposes. Confirmation of fire accuracy is the sole objective. There is a strict set of rules when working with this thing. So, first things first is to read, measure, calculate, load, rotate, elevate, and fire. So, this is the nest. Iron Nest is operational. Calibration fire is ordered. Plot your firing trajectory to target on the map. Fire HE shell at the target. Iron Nest location at H355. Target is in that location. So, time to take some notes. My location is currently H355. Target location is at Quadrant 442. Glory to Castile. That won't be questionable whatsoever. So, here is the map. We gotta figure out where we need to go. So, first thing is that Iron Nest is located here at H355. The target that I need to fire at is in Q442. So, here's Q4, probably, yeah, bang smack right where it's telling you to be. So we need to end up there. I need to get bearing and distance so that I can accurately aim and fire. Bearing 85.4 degrees, distance 8.91 kilometers. The American in me is screaming at the top of his lungs, what the hell is a kilometer? Is there, I'm just out of sheer curiosity, is there probably a way, oh, I can put a cat in here. Okay. I probably shouldn't put a cat in here, because I feel like I'm going to get shot at every so often. It does not look like there is a way to change unit of measurement. Then again, this is in Europe. They would be using kilometers. What would an American in 1920 be doing in Europe with a giant freaking battleship cannon on legs? So, we have, either way, we have our bearing and distance. So our distance needs to be set to 88.91 kilometers. Precision is key when it comes to this. And because it is simply 8.9 kilometers, sitting between the 5 and 10. That requires 2 charges. Also just says it right on the dashboard. So, calculate. Our bearings our elevation needs to be at 53.46 degrees. Now, we need to load the shells. We need HE, high explosive. That's what's in the rammer at the moment, so ram it. For that distance, it is required that we need 2 powder charges to get it all the way over to that location. So, charges installed. Shell loaded. Now we need to get the gun up to 53.46 degrees. That was pretty close just by leverage. But we just need to fine-tune it just a tad more. And there. 53.46. Now we need to get the gun facing in the right direction. Bearing 85.4 degrees. Shot it just a little bit, but once more, nothing a little bit of fine-tuning can't correct. Okay, 85.4 degrees, distance 8.91 kilometers. All that's left is just a test fire, essentially. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed, bearing confirmed, elevation confirmed, gun armed. Safety released. Without further ado, let the songs of war play. Question is, what was my target? Calibration confirmed. Iron Nest is combat ready. Quarters are located below. Retire to your bunk and stand down. I know exactly how this is gonna work. And I don't like it. Monstrous strike on Mercy Ward. Anti-monarchists detonated a bomb in the hospital's entry courtyard, murdering 163 and maiming over 300 citizens. A brutal atrocity meant to shatter the very heart of Castile. The attack occurred during visiting hours, which has been described by the king as particularly unsporting. Is it wrong for me to just simply say I was following orders? Because that's what I was doing. This is all new from the demo. Ordnance efficiency. Laurel completed the mission with minimum rounds expended. Yeah, I only fired once. I got punch cards. I don't know what those are, but we will figure that out as we go. Fire and light. Intelligence has identified an anti-monarchist element operating within the city. Separately, High Command has scheduled a celebratory illumination over the Royal Palace to mark the General's peace initiatives. Iron Nest has been assigned both operations. Alright. Let's see what we're here to do. What's the plan? Hostile element has been identified within the city. Triangulate the target position and destroy it. Ordnance. HE only. Check adjacent typewriter for field reports. Iron S is at its current position, has not moved. Spotter 1 is at L848, and Spotter 2 is at L145. Spotter 1 says is looking bearing 90 degrees from his location, while Spotter 2 is looking at 48 degrees from his location. This is the problem that most people are going to be having to deal with. Math. Because now I've got to figure out exactly what target we're going to be looking for. So, first thing we have to understand, though, is that Spotter 1 is at L848. He is located right here. And he is looking bearing 90 degrees. So he's looking straight on over in this direction. Viger, why are you putting the distance so far away? You'll see what I'm doing here. Spotter 2 is in L145. Right here. He is looking at bearing 48 degrees. Move things over here. So, Iron Nest's primary target is located right where these 2 points intersect. That's where I need to fire. HE round only. Bearing 66.2 degrees at a distance of 13.13 kilometers. If we are going to be looking into this as far as HE rounds are concerned, that's about as much that is the blast radius. So yeah, this is how this works. Mark both bearing angles. Their intersection is the target. Note, a bearing and distance intersect twice. Or through two distances. You have different ways of approaching this. This is just the way that I do it, and it makes the most sense in my head. So, we have our bearing and we have our distance. 13.13 kilometers. Because it is 13, or at least exceeding 10 kilometers, but not more than 15, that means 3 charges. Late. Elevation, 52.52 degrees. I see a pattern developing here. HE round is required. Slam it. Three charges required. Let's get this gun around while the barrel's loading. .2 degrees. Gun elevated at 52.52. Right about there. We'll see. I think this covers a blast shield. Nope, that's the horn. We're kind of getting really good at just kind of eyeballing the lever. Only a bit of fine-tuning required. I swear I've only done a few missions out of the demo, so... I think this is the blast shield. What'd I do? Oh, I just put everything away. Okay. Let's bring that back, shall we? I need all that. Lock and load. Fire. She is on target. On target. And that just looks wrong. That crater just looks so wrong. Target destroyed. Reconnaissance photos transmitted. 2 additional hostile elements have been identified in the recon photos. Destroy both before proceeding. And I know exactly what they are. They are enemy. I just don't like how they're being labeled as civilian riot. I'm gonna need a new bearing on this one. So we're gonna just apparently land it right in the middle. Distance 12.94 kilometers. Still require 3 charges. Oh, I needed the bearing. Bearing 68 degrees. I can remember that. Because it's not too much of an adjustment here. And it's a whole number as well, so that makes things real easy. Alright. HE. High explosive. 1, 2, 3. Slam it. Gonna need to do a little bit of fine-tuning with this. Just a smidge. 51.76 elevation. Green, 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 green. Safety release and fire. "25 seconds to impact. 20 seconds to impact. 15. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Targets destroyed. Phase 1 complete. A second fire mission is now authorized. High Command orders starbursts over the Royal Palace. Ordnance star shell only. This is a non-combat operation. Fire in the vicinity of the coordinates below. A ground observer will mark corrections directly on impact recon photos. Adjust and repeat fire until High Command confirms satisfactory burst positions. This. Yellow numbers will equal the distance from the impact point to target, and the yellow arrows equal the direction from impact point to target. Approximate illumination coordinates. Bearing 257 degrees from spotter 1 at a distance of 3.93 kilometers from spotter 1. Spotter 1 himself is at L848, yeah. First, I will, yeah, we got star shells in the back. So, from his location, bearing 257 degrees, mouse. At a distance of 3.93 kilometers. Right about there. Basically firing north. Bearing 1.1 degrees, distance 4.40 kilometers. just need one because we're under the 5-kilometer max range. 52.80 degrees gun elevation. Nope. There we go. Slam it. Now, we only need one for this one. This is quite literally, in more ways than one, a light shot. But we're getting this gun basically pointing north. Probably doing a little bit of fine-tuning on the elevation, but there's a lot more that needs to be moved as far as rotation is concerned. Just a little bit of tunage required. And luckily I don't have to worry about I don't need to worry about any casualties on this front. Maybe. It's a star shell. It's only meant to illuminate. So I've been told. Anyway, fire. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, from this location, we need to head in this general direction for 3.27 kilometers. That's too far. Right about there. So, new calculation. There. Bearing 326.7, 5.75 kilometers. Gun elevation at 34.50. Star shell slammed. One, two. Pack it. Swing it. Shot it just a little bit there. Well, definitely gonna need to lower this one down. Eyeballing about this, and not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out on it. Kind of fell into a groove. $34.5. Yep, that'll do. In more ways than one, light her up! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starburst position confirmed satisfactory. Fire mission complete. Stand down until further orders. Fair enough. Time for bed, I suppose. Another day. Another freaking war crime. A night of celebration marred by atrocity. Aaron Juan's, November 17th, 1927. On an evening set aside to honor the general's continued pursuit of peace, the anti-monarchists remind us all that no such pursuit concerns them. Their only correspondence arrives written in the blood of innocents. Ugh. Am I the bad guy here? I mean, bad guys aside, I'm loving this game. I love the diesel punk nature of it all. So, anti-monarchist forces have maintained an occupation in Ciudad Real. Oh, my Spanish is terrible. High Command has ordered the city restored to the crown. Iron Nest has been repositioned to support the operation. Requisition procurement is authorized to meet operational requirements. All right. She's moving. Alright, what do we got here? The city is to be cleared of hostile elements. Destroy 5 hostile infantry units within the designated urban sectors. Note, requisition console is authorized for ammunition and powder charge procurement at your discretion. Be prepared. Spotter bearings are accurate to within half a degree. This margin rarely affects a fire mission. It may matter when bearings run near parallel or when several measurements compound. Request additional intel if a solution seems uncertain. Repositioning complete. Iron Nest is now at I-6 5.3. Observation assets. Spotter 1 is at J1083. Spotter 2 is at L510. Spotter 3 is at C125. Okay. And here's where my procurements are. Okay. So either way, though. Infantry 1. That. Infantry 2. Top to bottom. Infantry 4, intelligence incomplete. Believed active in friendly urban sectors. Infantry 5, more of the same. We'll have to get to them later once more intelligence is figured out. Okay, so that's my requisition credits. Okay. Well, let's at least figure out where these infantry units are. So first thing, Spotter 1 is at J10. A3 here. Spotter 2 is at L5 10 right here. Spotter 3 is at C1 25 right here. Okay, so then infantry number 1 is located at bearing 250 degrees from spotter 1. $255 degrees. I can't read. So he's looking in that direction. From spotter 2's location, 290 degrees. In this direction, so target 1 is located there, or at the very least infantry unit is located there. Hang on a minute, I'm missing some relevant information. Yeah, infantry unit 3. Gotcha. Alright. Nope. Let's reset that, shall we? Infantry 2. Those are the bearings. Infantry 3. I got the bearings mixed up. Okay. Now we're figuring this out. I also need to put Iron Nest at her actual location here. She is located at I-653. She is right here. Yeah, I-653. That's where I ended up at. Okay, so then, let's see. Let's get the other one marked in there. Infantry 2 is located from spotter 2's position, 273 degrees. That direction. Spotter 3 is in a 22 degree bearing. Right there, so and then infantry 3 from spotter 1's location. All I have is distance, not bearing. That's where I use this tool. At a distance of 7.88 kilometers. And then from spotter 3, it is just 4.84 kilometers. So the thing is, she can either be located there or here. One of the two, that's the thing. Huh. How many recon planes do I have to use? But I also need to keep him... I also do need to keep in mind infantry 4 and 5. I don't know how this... I really don't know how this works, so we're gonna try it. Spend 60 requisition credits. Okay, here, this is how it works. Figure out where to go. So, I need a sit rep on... Actually, I can figure this out real quick. Bearing 27.9 degrees. In G3. So sector G3. Bearing 27.9 in that general direction. I need eyes. I got nothing. All right, we're gonna double confirm on this then. Sector D6, 02. Bearing 269.5. What sector was that again? D6. That's D7. I need D6. That's the wrong way. Here we go. Bearing 269.5. Okay, I see. Because now, if I'm using HE, high explosive, I want to make sure that I'm not hitting any, quote-unquote, friendly units. They're kind of mixed in there. That's roughly where number 3 needs to hit. Okay. So, I think I am in a favorable position where I can start figuring some of this shit out. Let's try number 3 first, because the other two I feel are going to be relatively easy. So... actually, hang on a minute. I wonder... how many pictures do they take to figure this out? C8... I shouldn't use up all of that. Let's just figure this first one out. We're gonna be playing fast and loose and a little bit close. Danger close, technically. And I see more of my calculations are here. So distance. High explosive. Bearing to target. Because now we're getting a lot more precise measurements here. What type of target is that? Just 4 quadrants. What does that technically mean? Infantry. Okay. Make sure I'm looking at the right ones here. Yep. Infantry. 2 charges, because it's now just above 5 kilometers in that zone. Okay. Fall down this if I don't hear that. Do I not have any shells? I don't have any shells. Okay. That's new. Just gonna hold off there. I need to requisition some freaking shells. Alright. I need HEs for the left mag, because I don't have access to. Huh. I actually do. Alright. Let's get a little bit experimental with this then. Second bearing to hit this. Let's run the math. It's another infantry target. So that's for the second. So we're gonna do left, right. Okay, so left magazine. We need an HE shell. Then for the right mag, we need an HE shell. And now we need powder charges. Just in general. So yeah, this wasn't part of the demo. Was this requisition stuff? So that's good to know. Okay, so slam it. Slam it. We need 2 for this one. We need one for the other. Yep. 1, 2. Because we're going to do a double whammy on this one. So, first target is going to be at 268.1. Oh, I got close. Now. Right gun will be 33.96. Right gun 58. Come on, spin, damn you. D8.44. Okay. Yep. Okay. And we're going for infantry target number 2. Fire. With absolute freaking precision. Infantry unit was spared. The enemy was taken out. Okay. And that was actually target number... That was infantry number 3. Now we go for infantry number 2, which is already lined up and ready to fire. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Forward observers reporting probable enemy ammunition cache across the river. Priority target designated. Priority... Conduct a recon flight over grid P4. Confirm position, then neutralize with AP ordnance. Okay, well first... No, I need it. I can get all that information back. Like so. Keep things numerical and ordered. And neutralize with AP ordnance, armor piercing. We still do not have... Well, okay. Destroyed. We still need infantry 1. So I need another another HE shell. We'll just do the left mag real quick. there's plenty of powder charges. That. Let's get an AP in the right mag. Okay. Now then. Yeah, we'll keep that in the back pocket for right now, but I need to get this other infantry unit taken care of. So from my position, let's see. Right about... Okay, hold up. Let's finagle it just a little bit north there. Because I see friendly hospital area. I don't want to hit that. Okay. Distance. Bearing. Yep. There. 2 charges, because it's more than 5 kilometers. We can go a little bit faster. .6. Uh-huh. And time to get loaded. Might as well slam this one in as well, just so that it's ready. High explosive on the left, armor piercing on the right. But I have absolute... Do I... Recon flight over P4. That is our supply cache. Got it. Either way, though, we've got... Ooh, we were pretty close on this one already. We got one more known infantry target that we need to eliminate. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bam, boosh, bonk, bink, doink. Safety release, and let him have it. The other thing is we're going to need to pivot this entire thing around to get to that supply cache. And got him. Things were just a little bit off from their spottage, but we made it work. Infantry 1 destroyed. Yep. Alright, let's freaking go. But we do not know where Infantry 4 or 5 is. All that we know is that they are apparently in friendly urban sectors. Which has to mean... somewhere in B4. Let's send a recon flight over to B4. Before they do anything nefarious. Ha 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 ha. Oh, well, there's Infantry 4. Under frickin' stood. We got him there. Okay. So we're gonna need to do that. But first things first, we're gonna need to get this gun around. It would be faster this way. Too far. I'll fine-tune it. Here we go. It's APs, targets, supply cache. Our AP is over here. It does not need to be that high, just a tad under 45. We'll see where it lands on that. Our next infantry target is right there. We're going to be needing to hit it with HE, so what's the bare minimum? Right at about there. When we get to that. Okay, what's the difference? Ooh, we were real close there. There we go. Alright. Supply cache going. Bye-bye. let's just see how this all goes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. Two hostile infantry. Cache destroyed, well executed. 2 hostile infantry units remain in urban sector. Complete their destruction in detail. 75 requisitions. Let's frickin' go. I will find that last infantry unit if it frickin' kills me. But now we need to get a new bearing and distance. We want to avoid friendly casualties if at all possible. Bearing 299.5. One of these days I'll hit it right on the mark. It's just today's not one of those days. .202 technically. So that's just gonna be a tad above 45. In the meanwhile, I need to figure out where this final infantry unit is. How much you want to bet he's in there somewhere? How many requisition points do I have left that I can... I've got 1 scout plane that I can work with. Okay. Well, either way, first and foremost, let's get this one sorted out first. This is one of those thread the needle moments. And I have a way that I can use that scout plane to its fullest extent. I know exactly how I'm gonna do this. Got him. Infantry 4 destroyed. Alright, now that I have my bearing from D4. Bearing 289.1. Got him. Alright, time to math this out. marking stuff down that I don't want to mark. But this is good. This is going. We're going to be threading it here, big time. Because I've got some civilian targets that I want to, at the very least, try to avoid, if at all possible. So right about there. And we're going to hope that the shockwave takes care of the rest. Because, yeah, we are close to a hospital and other friendly. Is there a better location that I could drop this ordinance? There really isn't. This is the one where I can hit it the most, because that's just that little smidgen right there. If I try to shoot it there, I'm hitting that. So yeah, that's roughly where we're going with this. All right. Yeah, I do have an HE. But one more calculation for the road. Uh-huh. Under 10, so it's 2. 50.70 at a 259.8 degree angle. Uh-huh. Okay. Hopefully, this is my final shot that I need to take for the day. We need to slam it. Infantry 5 is going to be going down one way or another. It's just whether or not I can avoid any of the collateral. That's my biggest qualm at this moment. Okay, I think that is going to be good. So one last one for the road. Fire! The beauty of this is that once that shell is in the air, I can't do anything. That's why I have to make sure that I have my calculations in order, all of my ducks in a row. Make sure that everything is all where it should be, because once this phase goes in, there's nothing I can do to stop what has been set into motion. Beautiful. Well, I mean, not beautiful in the sense of, ugh. But you get the idea. Sector cleared. Local garrison will consolidate from this point. Stand down until further orders. Yup. And not a single friendly was harmed in the making of these war crimes. All right. Let's see the damage. The Royal City reclaimed. Ciudad Real, December 19th, 1927. The Royal City is restored to the crown this morning as the general drives the anti-monarchist occupation from its streets. The city, His Majesty, the King, was pleased to learn, is almost majority intact. Are they inventing a freaking helicopter in here? Okay. Yep. Shots fired, 6. Total kills, 6. Accuracy, 100%. Enemies killed, 6. Allies killed, zilch. Conducted fire operations with minimal allied casualties. I didn't kill anybody. Maintained exceptional average accuracy across all fire missions. Yeah, it killed everything. Sustained consecutive kills across successive fire missions. Yep. Completed the mission requisitioning only the minimum assets necessary. I don't think I got that one. It was a scout plane, essentially. I've got to say, this game is something else. There's a lot going on here and a lot of just finagling in the choices that are being made, but I see sort of what's coming. And boy howdy am I going to be put through the ringer on this one. But I think that's going to end it for either this video or this recording session. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but we will just go from there. So if you liked what you were seeing with Iron Nest, not only do I suggest getting the game yourself, but I would also suggest leaving a like or a comment with what you're thinking about this game and anything else you wish to say about what you've just bore witness to. But yeah, that's where I'm going to be ending, at the very least, this recording session. Whether or not this is one single video, I'm not entirely certain. But yeah, I like what I'm doing. I like what this game is doing, and if the roadmap that I saw is any indication to go off of, there's plenty more that is going to be able to be done with this. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, with all of that being said then, I'll see you guys when I see you guys, and as always, toodles.